One of my favorite moments in 35 years of housing work happened at a closing table. A family we'd worked with was buying their first home. Small, modest, but beautiful. When we first met them, the house they were living in was in truly poor condition. They were without indoor plumbing. Hope of a better life was fading. But through counseling and support, the courage to persist, they were approved for a loan. And at the closing table, their 8-year-old daughter had come, and she looked at me and she asked, "Does this mean I get a door?" A door? This is a really small thing until you've never had one. A door is a powerful symbol. It can close, offering safety, dignity, control over your own space. But it can open to opportunity, to access, to the start of something better. At Fahe, we've built thousands of doors across Appalachia, but more importantly, we've helped open them. Across America, we're in a housing crisis. It can no longer be ignored. Families are priced out. Rents are rising faster than wages. The math doesn't work anymore. In 1976, as a nation, we built 500,000 homes that were less than 1,500 square feet, starter homes. Today, it's closer to 50,000. We've underbuilt for decades. We've underinvested in the places that need it the most. In Appalachia, this crisis looks a little different, but it's just as urgent. In 2023, Virginia Tech University conducted a study for us and found a shortage of 500,000 homes across our region. That's families doubling up, elders in unsafe homes, and workers who are having to commute long hours because they can't afford to live near their jobs. This didn't happen overnight. It's the result of decades of disinvestment, a financial system that often overlooks rural America. But here's the thing. If we can fix it in Appalachia, we can fix it anywhere. At Fahe, our network spans 6 states. There are more than 50 organizations building homes and opportunity. And in 2024, we made a collective decision. We're done waiting. We're done waiting for perfect policy. We're done waiting for the next funding cycle. And we're done waiting for someone else to act, because the housing can't wait. We launched a bold campaign to double our housing production in a 5-year span from 30,000 units to 60,000 units and reaching 1 million people by 2030. That means we're going to mobilize $3 billion in new grants and capital, the kind of capital that truly changes what's possible. Y'all, this is a moment. For me and for you. We've accomplished so much more than was imagined from those modest beginnings in the mid-1980s. But to succeed in the future, we have to expand our thinking. How must we reimagine capital so that CDFIs can thrive in the industry's next chapter? We've got to stop treating capital as if it was somehow static, like comes in one flavor, debt. Capital is not a single instrument, it's an ecosystem. To build the future we envision, CDFIs need debt that is long-term, patient, doesn't tie up our balance sheets. Equity that invests in our ability to get results. Grants that are flexible, unrestricted, so that we can innovate, build capacity across our value chain of housing, including our own capacities. And we need off-balance sheet resources that stretch what our balance sheets can't with secondary market. Capital pools that reach the real needs of our communities. The scale of the housing crisis dictates that we work together as an industry and create solutions that allow us to go to scale together. We must blend public, private, philanthropy, and finance in new ways, drawing on all our tools from the CDFI fund to, say, Fannie Mae, from CRA-motivated banks to foundations and faith investors. This is how we move beyond compliance capital to what I would call commitment capital. Capital that says, I believe in your community enough to invest where someone else won't. When we imagine capital this way, something powerful happens. It looks less like transactions and more like transformation. We stop counting deals. We start counting doors opened. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about our spreadsheets or our capital stacks. It's about the little girl who asked for a door, and millions like her still waiting. Housing can't wait. Neither will we. Will you join us?